My name is Terry.
And my name is Chuck.
Good to see everybody back again for episode number 3. Thanks for joining us. Let's jump straight into it with some pictures and some memes that we have found.
All right, Terry. Now, I'm pretty sure most of us have grown up watching adorable kid shows. When we were younger, for example, I used to love watching Transformers. Then the next logical step companies make is to produce toys. But I'm not sure I'd want to buy this one.
Why does the picture on the packet look like he's a drug dealer? I guess it's true. A friend with weed is a friend indeed. Either that, or he is fresh off the registered sex offender list. Imagine this, that red fluffy fuck walking up to your kid at a playground, saying, we are good friends.
Not only that, Terry, I can't believe I've been saying the alphabet wrong the whole fucking time. D comes before C. That just blows my fucking mind. No wonder I never finished high school.
This must be one of those Mandela effects I keep hearing about. I thought it was fucking Sesame Street, not See Me Say Me Street.
And in the top right corner, it just has a lollipop with a tick on it. And it states it's an obvious plant. What the fuck?
This fucking elbow dough is a non-toxic child, and it's quoted as safe. I mean, God forbid you receive radiation sickness and find out that he's a knife-wielding maniac.
I'd hate to see the other fucked up shady characters if this is anything to go by.
Indeed. And while you're mentioning fucked up, look at this shit.
Jesus, now I've been hungry before, Terry, but never so hungry that my asshole was trying to eat my fucking shorts.
I wonder if they're like that because someone kicked him straight in the ass crack for wearing such atrocities.
I can almost taste the cotton.
They're probably in the shop to buy a pair of tongs. It's the only way that I can see them plucking this big bad boy out.
Probably best to handcuff him to a street pole and then hook it up to a winch with a 2-ton pulling capacity.
I reckon he's had the same pair of shorts on since he was the age of 10, and they have just basically became his skin.
If I was him, I'd be laying down in my front yard, charging people money to look at it, especially having to go all the way to the Grand Canyon to see that sort of thing. All right, Terry, let's go from one extreme to another. Has this ever happened to you guys at home?
Oh, there's been a few times the old bulls try to escape the paddock, Chuck. That's why I try not to wear scruds. Only wear loose baggy pants so if I ever drop a bog, I can just shake it out the bottom of my trouser leg and could just continue on with my day.
Yeah, well, I've definitely gave birth a few 10-pounders, Terry. Let's just say I'm not worried if I ever go to jail. Be like throwing a cocktail Frank up a hallway.
Speaking of 10-pounders, I released a big, thick, brown trout when I got up this morning.
I wouldn't want to fill it one of those, Terry.
I was dead set crowning for a full day once. I thought I was in labor. Even after I managed to plop it out, I had to make sure it wasn't breathing. I even gave it a name, just felt like it was the right thing to do.
I still remember that day. You asked me if I would be the godparent and sent me a photo of what I can only describe as what I thought was a big cigar hanging out your mouth. But I was wrong. The corn definitely gave it away.
All right, let's check out one more. What have you got for me, Chuck?
Well, I've got this, I don't know what the fuck it is. Just have a look.
Oh, Jesus, for fuck's sake. Just for a second there, I thought you were showing me a picture of my ex-wife.
Well, Terry, I wanted to shock the audience, not make them fucking sick.
Now, this picture is enough to give Fox Mulder a hard-on. Imagine it walking up to you when it started humping your legs.
I mean, look at its fucking face. I would hate to see this thing's private parts. Would more than likely look like Freddy Krueger's thumb.
Oh, yes. I can imagine it would look like a hot dog that's been overcooked and burnt. Like a fucking cheese Kransky.
Maybe like an old witch's finger. All right, now it's that time of episode where we tell you our weird and strange news stories. The unnamed woman, let's call her Mrs. X, may just be the first person on the planet to be diagnosed with this addiction. Yep, a doctor has testified to the court that my patient is victim to a rare eating disorder, which gives her the uncontrollable craving for male semen. These abnormal eating habits have negatively affected my patient's physical and mental health, and thus should not be held fully responsible for her actions. Apparently, since hitting menopause, his clients experienced an increase of craving for semen.
You can send her round to my house.
The 67-year-old woman was caught in the prostitution act when police used a fake email to set up a meeting with her. She was then arrested at a motel after she offered to perform oral sex on 3 undercover deputies in exchange for $5 and a packet of cigarettes. Mrs. X has already got a fairly colorful criminal history, having been arrested caught in the sexual acts with her dog in public last year. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Sperm addiction is a thing. It's actually classed as an eating disorder.
Jesus fucking Christ. $5 and a packet of smokes? That's just too rich for my blood.
I mean, I would give her $5 and some cigarettes just to get the fuck away from me.
Who's out there in the market for a sexually transmitted disease anyway?
I mean, geez, I could just stay at my Uncle Harry's house and get one of those for free.
You know what, Chuck? I was gonna say the exact same thing. Your Uncle Harry gave me one that I didn't even ask for when I slept over that time in college.
That's my good old Uncle Harry. Always giving. Just a solid heart of gold. What have you got for me, Terry?
All right, here's a story I found yesterday. Complaining about how slow and cumbersome the entire process had been, frustrated local man Jeff Angers told reporters Thursday he was still on the wait list to register as a sex offender in his community. I've been trying for weeks to get on that registry, and I'm starting to wonder what exactly a guy's got to do to sign up as a person who's committed sex crimes, said Angers, adding that he was fully qualified to receive the designation of Level 2 sex offender and had a criminal record and conduct to prove it. So he didn't know why it was taking so long. There must be a ton of guys ahead of me trying to register, or maybe they just really limit the number of people they give a spot to. I thought masturbating on a park bench in front of a class of first graders would have pushed me to the front of the line. But I guess not, Angus said. At press time, Angus was reportedly going door to door, explaining to his neighbors that while he was not currently registered as a sex offender, he hoped to be one very soon. Like fucking Jesus Christ, let's just hope that he gets his level 2 as soon as possible. That man has obviously earned it.
Makes me laugh. My Uncle Harry has been level 5 for years. That boy has definitely got some catching up to do.
I guess that's the advantage of being a scout leader, Chuck.
All right, it's time for our What the Fuck fact of the day. What the Fuck fun fact number 6,182. In 1996, a boy fell into the zoo enclosure. Female gorilla Binti Hua, I think that's how it's pronounced, protected the boy from other animals, cradling him until he was rescued. I remember I fell into a gorilla enclosure once, and a big male gorilla came straight up at me.
My God, what did you do?
Well, I did the only thing I could. I just took down my pants and submitted.
So what you're saying is, a gorilla, gave you the Mighty Joe Young experience?
Well, let's just say that he wasn't monkeying around with me.
Do you think he done the right thing trying not to fight? Even if you did, it would have been guerrilla warfare.
Now let's check out our stoner meme of the week.
Holy shit. I've actually seen this episode, Chuck. Thomas gets shunted from a few of the big boy trains and ends up using heroin at the fat controller's house and gets taken advantage of.
So you could say that Thomas ends up on the wrong side of the tracks.
Fucking Chuck, you should see it. When the fat controller gets the grease gun and jams it in Thomas's.
Oh, fucking Jesus Christ, I'm gonna have to stop you there, Terry, because that's all we have time for today.
Oh, you sure we haven't got time?
As much as I would like to hear where that was going, I was starting to chub up a bit. But we have a couple of questions to get to before we go. Well, it seems this question is for you, Terry. Cosmic Tales of the Western Edge asks, I just realized my mother-in-law laughs just like you, Terry. I must ask you, do you have something to do with this, Terry?
Okay, so this is the reason we laugh identically, my friend. Okay, so, me and your mother-in-law, who will not be named for privacy reasons, we went to high school together back in the early 60s. I took her to one of my proms as a date. After we danced, later on, things got hot and heavy in the back of my Chevy. And to cut a long story short, she was too fluffy and I couldn't find the hole.
But Terry, how does that explain the laugh?
Oh, you mean that? Oh, no, I have no idea.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, Terry. Well, that's all we have time for. Thanks again to everyone that has subscribed. We appreciate every single one of your likes, comments, and subs. And don't forget to share it out to anyone you think that would enjoy the show.
I'm out. I'll see you in the next one.
And we are out. Stay stoned, motherfuckers.